Hey everyone! If you enjoyed this video, the full version is available on Patreon. I'll be uploading all my content there going forward.
Chapter 1. In the New World, on the rough sea, a giant pirate ship shaped like a whale passed by at high speed, splashing a lot of waves. The pirate flag hanging on the tall flagpole of the hull is fluttering in the wind. If you look carefully, you will see a skull pattern with a huge white beard on the flag. There is no doubt that this distinctive pattern represents the most powerful pirate group in the world, the Whitebeard Pirates. On the deck, Whitebeard was standing in the center, and the captains of the various teams gathered around, and the atmosphere was particularly dignified. My sons, I recently got news that Ace is not dead, but he was sent to the navy by the traitor Blackbeard. Whitebeard clenched his fists and said solemnly. As soon as this remark came out, the surrounding captains completely exploded. Blackbeard Titch shamelessly cooperating with the navy, despicable guy, I underestimated him before. This guy, first Sage and now Ace, fell into his hands, unforgivable. Attacking a relative, he violated the iron law of our Whitebeard Pirates. Dad asked me to kill Blackbeard. Let me go, I will bring his head back to you. Everyone showed cold eyes one by one, threatening to kill Tikai, a scum. Whitebeard shook his head unexpectedly, and clenched his fists tightly. It was because he didn't stop Ace from seeking revenge from Blackbeard that Ace was arrested. This tragedy must never happen again. Thinking of this, Whitebeard coughed violently due to being too excited. Father, what's the matter with you? Father, are you all right? It can be seen that the father's condition has deteriorated, and the captains asked worriedly. Ahem, my sons, that Blackbeard Titch is too good at hiding, and he is insidious and cunning. I don't trust any of you. And, more importantly, Ace's identity. Ace is the son of Roger, the Pirate King. I'm sure the Warring States period will punish Ace publicly. The war between us and the Navy is inevitable. At a time like this, the most taboo thing is to create problems. Whitebeard said seriously. The captains around became a little quieter. What the old man said was right, first Sage and then Ace, the Whitebeard Pirates couldn't stand anyone leaving, this was too much for the old man. Cruel. Especially as the father's condition is gradually deteriorating, the father must not be stimulated by any more. Seeing the worried expressions of the captains, Whitebeard smiled heartily, resisting the pain in his body. Kahahaha, look at how nervous you are, don't worry. Blackbeard Titch's revenge, I will avenge it sooner or later. However, at present, our main focus should be on the next big war. During the period before the war, I will go to a place to secretly recuperate and treat my wounds. Before I return, you must not conflict with other forces. I will let the Deputy Captain Wang Yu take care of everything on the ship. You must respect Wang Yu as you respect me. Whitebeard ordered. After hearing what Whitebeard said, the captains all looked surprised. Deputy Captain, Wang Yu? They had heard their father mention this character before, and it is said that their fighting power is good, but they have never seen Wang Yu's real face. Some captains even felt that the old man was playing a joke on them. Now, when the name of the Deputy Captain Wang Yu was mentioned again, these captains knew that their Whitebeard Pirates really had Wang Yu as a number one character. Now, the mysterious and unpredictable Deputy Captain is finally going to come out, and the captain's interest is completely mobilized at this moment. Father, it turns out that what you said before is true, hurry up and let us meet Deputy Captain Wang Yu. Yes, I'm looking forward to it. It must be a respectable old man who is about the same age as your father. Such a character will definitely shock the audience when he appears on the stage, maybe he is still a domineering owner. Dad, you said before that he has been practicing in the restricted area for 10 years. Has his strength surpassed yours now? Ha ha ha. After hearing what the captain said, Whitebeard grinned and pointed to a boat slowly approaching in the distance. Don't worry, we'll be there soon. What kind of person he is, you'll know as soon as you meet him. Whitebeard even made a trick on purpose. With the arrival of the boat, Wang Yu's figure also appeared in front of everyone. Those captains who thought Wang Yu would be a respected old man before were all dumbfounded at the moment. At the age of 16 or 17, he was tall and thin, wearing flip-flops, his clothes and face were covered with mud, he was carrying a hoe on his back, and he was holding a hammer in his hand. Walking in a leisurely manner, I can't see any strong aura at all. Is the mate so young? And it looks weak. Not only is he very weak, but he is also dressed in a strange way, and the hoe and hammer, are they weapons, or, the deputy captain likes greening the environment? At the same time, Wang Yu also began to look at everyone, Marko, Jaws, Vista, all of them were familiar faces, but this was the first time they met officially. Speaking of which, it has been 10 years since I came to this world. Naturally, I have a system, but this system is a bit incomplete. When time travel came, there was a tree seed and a hammer at the beginning, the use was all guesswork, the hammer was extremely hard, but until now Wang Yu has not figured out what it is for. After the tree seed is planted, as the tree grows every day, you can add various basic attribute points to yourself, but the points you add every day are very few. I have been weeding and catching insects every day for the past 10 years. Added to the level of the 4 emperors. As for why he became the deputy captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, it was because Wang Yu traveled to the back mountain of the Whitebeard Pirates area and found that no one lived here, so he planted the tree seeds there and grew silently. Until one day, Whitebeard got drunk and went the wrong way to the back mountain and found himself. As a result, the old problem was committed again, and I had to recognize myself as my son. Just kidding, for the dignity of the traverser, Wang Yu naturally beat him to death and refused to recognize his father. So I had a fight with Whitebeard. Although I was not strong in combat at the time, I was able to win because the weapon was tough, and Whitebeard was drunk and didn't use his full strength. On the spot, he took a hammer and smashed the white-bearded Kong Yunqi a big hole. Seeing Wang Yu's terrifying fighting power, Whitebeard promised to serve him with good wine and good meat every day, and not let anyone get close to him. Then Wang Yu agreed to be the deputy captain of the Whitebeard Pirates, commensurate with the Whitebeard brothers. In this way, I have been living in the restricted area of the back mountain for 10 years, hoeing the ground every day, catching insects, and growing silently. Until today, the Whitebeard told that Ace was arrested and asked to come out of the mountain by himself. Only then did Wang Yu find out that his mother is about to top it. Now it's time for war. And now his fighting power is only at the emperor level, which can't reverse the ending of the top war at all. So, Wang Yu actually has a headache today. While Ye Yu was recalling, the noisy voices of the Whitebeard pirate team leaders forcibly dragged Wang Yu back to reality. Father, is this the mysterious and unpredictable deputy captain you mentioned? Foil Vista looked suspicious. How could he be so young? I can't see that this kid has any strong qualifications. Qiazi narrowed his eyes, feeling very helpless. Father, you are not being cheated, are you? I heard that Wang Yu has prostituted our good wine and meat for 10 years. Marko said, looking Wang Yu up and down. Yet, this kind of person is weak at first glance, and he can't lead us at all. Unless he can defeat us, we won't accept it. The surrounding captains also echoed, obviously very suspicious of Wang Yu's strength. Weak chicken? Eating and drinking? Wang Yu couldn't laugh or cry, it seemed that he was completely underestimated. However, this cannot be blamed on the captains of the Whitebeard Pirates, no matter in any era, the strong are respected. Without strength, others will naturally find it hard to convince. Hearing the captain's complaints, Whitebeard didn't hold back, instead, he came to Wang Yu with a sly look. Kahahaha. Wang Yu, I haven't seen you for so many years, showing off your hands. Otherwise, you won't be able to manage well in the future. Wang Yu rolled his eyes directly and smiled wryly. I knew that the appointment ceremony would not be so simple, it must be the trick of the old man with white beard. Alright then, Wang Yu smiled wryly. Let these captains take a look at their own achievements in the past 10 years. Although I can't reach the height of Cap Roger, but it is more than enough to deal with these captains. Chapter 2. Good boy, let me test your level. Buffalo Atmos came to Wang Yu jokingly, carrying his big knife. The surrounding captains also looked at Wang Yu with ill intentions, waiting for Wang Yu to be exposed by Atmos. Wang Yu patted his forehead with his hand, with a helpless face. Did he really look so weak? A person who has been played around by Doflamingo can challenge himself? Forget it, I'm in a hurry, just Marko. Wang Yu pointed to Marko and said lightly. As soon as this sentence came out, the people around were completely blown away. Marko was half a step into the existence of the emperor, and it would not be a problem to hold down a general. This weak chicken will fuck Marko as soon as he comes up? Boy, you are too crazy. You want to defeat Marko at a young age. Do you think you are the 4 emperors? Yeah, do you think you're doomed, so you choose the strongest one so that you can save some face if you lose? It's so boring. It must be. He is just a liar who cheats food and drink. Dad is fine, but he is too easy to be deceived. Marko stood out directly from the crowd. Boy, I am Phoenix Marko, the captain of the Whitebeard Pirates. Are you sure you want to fight me? Marko narrowed his eyes and looked Wang Yu up and down. Wang Yu smiled slightly. Otherwise, do you still want me to fight you one by one after defeating Atmos? Wouldn't it be easier to directly defeat the strongest one? Wang Yu shrugged and said indifferently. Save trouble? The corner of Marko's mouth twitched. He was the Phoenix Marko, and he would associate it with the word saving trouble. At this moment, Marko felt very ashamed of himself. Good boy, if you can really defeat me, we will recognize you as the deputy head. After finishing speaking, a pair of wings with blue flames appeared directly behind Marko. The flames of the phoenix are all used up, isn't this guy Marko making too much of a fuss? Yi Zhang asked in surprise. Let's make a bet and see how long this kid can last, haha. Atmos showed a meaningful smile. I bet 100 million Baileys, this kid won't last for 2 seconds. Jaws said excitedly. Ha ha ha, you are too honest Josie, I bet 200 million Baileys that this kid will lose within 1 second. Marko kills him within a second, and I'll share half of the money you win, ha ha ha. Vista said excitedly. The surrounding captains, one by one, didn't think it was a big deal to watch the excitement, so they actually placed a bet. Hearing the bet, Wang Yu also became interested. I also bet 100 million Baileys. If Marko loses, all your money will belong to me, okay? Wang Yu said confidently with his mouth raised slightly. After hearing Wang Yu's words, the captains all looked strange, and after a while, they still made the next bet. Bluff. Okay, we take the bet. Marko saw you, kill him instantly. The captains said excitedly. Marko's eyes were full of disdain. Arrogant boy. Father, take care, you must stop me from killing him by mistake. Although Wang Yu is a liar, he is not guilty of death, and Marko has no intention of killing Wang Yu. Kahahaha, Marko, fight with your % strength. Whitebeard said with narrowed eyes and a strong smile. With Whitebeard's guarantee, Marko no longer has any scruples. Okay, boy, today is your unlucky day. Under the gaze of everyone, Marko suddenly made a move, and the huge flame wings moved violently. The next moment, Marko's body pierced the sky like an arrow leaving the string, and rushed towards Wang Yu's position at a high speed. At the terrifying speed, even the space seemed to be torn apart, and there was a strange sound of sonic boom in the air. So fast! The captains exclaimed for a while. The speed is so fast that you can't even catch it with the naked eye. You have to use your knowledge to feel the position of Marko a little bit. Great, I'm going to win a lot of money now. Marko can definitely beat Wang Yu in a second. Foil Vista looked excited. In an instant, Marko came in front of Wang Yu, and kicked Wang Yu with his raised phoenix claw. Facing Marko's thunder strike, Wang Yu didn't panic at all, but narrowed his eyes slightly, and all the action tracks were under his control. The domineering jet-black armed color instantly gathered on Wang Yu's arm, like a thick layer of armor, emitting a strange black rush under the sun. Just raised his hand slightly to resist Marko's kick. The next moment, fists and feet collide. Boom! The fierce collision erupted with a huge roar. The aftermath of the two terrifying forces spread out in all directions, like a 10th-level gale, shaking the entire giant ship. The captains around were completely dumbfounded. Fuck, it's blocked, Marko hit hard, and this kid actually blocked it, am I right? Vista, who had been joking just now, was now full of confusion. This is the collision of the top Luiying armed colors, this kid actually mastered Luiying. Yi Zhang said with his eyes widened in disbelief. Could it be that what Daddy said is true, he is really a master? Jaws had a look of surprise on his face. Marko was even more shocked, with an extremely weird expression on his face. He never thought that he would have a day of misjudgment. The kid in front of him is definitely not an idler. Just when everyone was shocked, Wang Yu moved again, and the terrifying overlord look around him turned to the extreme. The Moby Dick, which had been stable just now, became turbulent again in an instant, and the domineering color swept all around. The captains of the Whitebeard Pirates have followed Whitebeard for so many years, so they naturally know the existence of domineering colors. After feeling Wang Yu's domineering looks, they all showed shocking expressions. Overlord's color, the Overlord's color that is said to appear only once in a million people, actually appeared from this little devil who looks like a weak chicken. It's unbelievable that this teenage brat actually looks like a king. The point is, this Overlord color is still very developed, even I, Atmos, feel a little dizzy. Marko felt Wang Yu's terrifying Overlord look, and he was also extremely shocked and flicked his wings in a hurry, preparing to escape. But how could Wang Yu let him run away? The terrifying Overlord-like arrogance began to wrap around Wang Yu's fist in full view. The invisible Overlord color is even more directly transformed into form. It can be detected through the color of knowledge that the rich Overlord color has turned into wooden dragons, spinning around Wang Yu's fist. Marko was immediately stunned. Isn't this the Overlord-colored entanglement that the old man would use? This is the top-level use method of Overlord color, the attack method of top-level powerhouses. A 16 or 17-year-old kid has actually mastered it. If he didn't see it with his own eyes, who would believe it? Boom! With a punch, the space oscillates and the void distorts. Even the deck under Wang Yu's feet was shattered piece by piece under the terrifying pressure of this punch. Marko's phoenix flame was turned on to the extreme, his hands were crossed on his chest, and he made an instinctive defensive action. However, under this terrifying blow, Marko was still thrown upside down, uncontrollably like a kite with a broken string, and made several big holes on the deck before finally stopping. Silence! Deathly silence! The atmosphere on the entire deck was extremely strange. The captains of the Whitebeard Pirates looked at each other, swallowing their saliva, with exaggerated expressions, all of them fell into a state of sluggishness. It took a long time before Jaws broke the silence with a trembling voice. It's Overlord-colored entanglement. The guy who mastered the entanglement of Overlord color in his teens. There is no doubt that a 4 emperors younger than Shanks has appeared. Jaws said with trembling lips. A teenage emperor. It's unreasonable to be so talented, isn't it? Marko and even Dad's strength can be traced, but Wang Yu's talent is beyond common sense. Vista swallowed his saliva, with a look on his face. Said enviously. Chapter 3. Marko, who staggered to his feet, realized that at some point, cold sweat broke out on his forehead. Fortunately, I used my Phoenix Flame at the critical moment just now to minimize the damage, otherwise I might really have a few ribs broken. Stop fighting, I admit defeat. Although I have full confidence that I can hold you back for a few more minutes with my Phoenix Flames, but it's completely unnecessary. No matter how long it takes, I won't be able to win. Marko waved his hand and said with a wry smile. This is the truth, Marko is very clear about his position, half step to the Emperor level, but it is this half step, it is impossible for him to win against the Emperor level. Marko's surrender, in the eyes of the surrounding captains, was unreasonable, but expected. It is clear at a glance whether Marko and Wang Yu are strong or weak. They are both on the same boat, and there is really no need to continue fighting. Facing a royal player like Wang Yu, admitting defeat is a very wise choice. Kahahaha. Now, can you approve of Wang Yu? Whitebeard came, and hearty laughter spread throughout the Moby Dick. The captains around only came to their senses at this time, touching their foreheads one by one, showing apologetic expressions to Wang Yu. Well, I'm sorry, you are definitely qualified to be our deputy captain, but we are a little bit paranoid. Hey, the main thing is that we can't catch the strong aura on your body. Your unique skill of hiding your aura is too strong. Naturally, Wang Yu doesn't care about this. Wang Yu also understands the personalities of these captains. They are all straightforward. If you suspect that, you just say it directly and don't beat around the bush. To be honest, Wang Yu quite likes it. Nothing, Wang Yu said indifferently. The next moment, he smiled and changed the topic. However, you guys lost a lot of money to me this time, haha, I just accept it. Wang Yu said with a smile, no matter which world is inseparable from money, he will naturally not be troubled by money. The next moment, Wang Yu picked up the bailey used for betting directly from the ground, and prepared to put it in his pocket. But he was directly grabbed by a pair of big hands. Kahahaha, Wang Yu, you can't take this money away. You destroyed a lot of things in the fight with Marko just now, so this money has to be confiscated. Whitebeard smiled boldly. The corner of Wang Yu's mouth twitched directly. This old man, cut off my money. The captains around laughed and began to speak. Deputy Captain Wang Yu, why are you so powerful at such a young age? Is there any secret? That's right, Vice Captain Wang Yu, you must have some special method, can you teach us? Even if you can't teach us your secrets, you can't give us enough guidance, just improve your combat power a little bit. Obviously, everyone felt that Wang Yu was able to achieve such combat power at such a young age. Apart from talent, he also had special methods. They have troubled Whitebeard before to improve their combat effectiveness, but for the old man, let him say that he is good at drinking, but let him be a teacher to teach the crew to improve their combat effectiveness, that is really ignorant. Until seeing Wang Yu today, they knew that a new life-saving straw was coming. With so many questions, Wang Yu said his head was big, and he showed a help-seeking look to the Whitebeard. But who knew that the old man with white beard, it would be fine if he didn't help himself, but he actually added fuel to the fire. Kahahaha, it looks like today's vice-captain meeting ceremony was very harmonious. You must ask Deputy Captain Wang Yu for advice. This kid is very good at teaching people. Let him improve your combat effectiveness and prepare for the next big war. I also believe that Vice Captain Wang Yu will be able to teach you well during the days when I'm not here. Let alone, I have to set off when it's getting late. In fact, from the first day Whitebeard met Wang Yu, he had a premonition that the child who planted trees and held a hammer in front of him must have special skills and be able to lead Baituan to glory. The Whitebeard who had achieved his goal directly waved his hand, quickly jumped into a small boat, and walked away with a smile. Wang Yu was left alone in a mess, staring at the white-bearded boat with resentful eyes, and the corners of his mouth twitched non-stop. Whitebeard, you old man, you've been plotted by you. When you asked me to leave the mountain, you said that you can handle some affairs on your behalf, but I didn't expect to be a teacher for the captains. My own strength is obtained from him planting trees, and I know the education of a hammer. Do you really think I'm Kaido? Old man, I have been miserably hurt by you, just wait for me. The captains around heard what the old man said, and they became more enthusiastic towards Wang Yu. Without their white beards, they will face the most difficult battle. Everyone is eager to improve their strength during this time, so they surrounded Wang Yu on the spot. Vice Captain Wang Yu, you see that I am quite strong in all aspects, but I just can't break through to the imperial level. Is this nothing? Can I be promoted to the emperor level before the war? Marko was the first to ask anxiously. Wang Yu twitched his lips. Promoted to the emperor level? My own imperial level is still planted from trees, how do you want me to guide you? Vice Captain Wang Yu, you see that my domineering energy is not weak, but the fruit has not yet awakened. Is there any way for me to awaken the fruit? Xiao Zi asked honestly. Wang Yu chuckled inwardly, I am a person who does not have a devil fruit, you ask me how to upgrade the devil fruit, or the ultimate awakening question, are you sure you are looking for me? Vice Captain Wang Yu, you can see that my swordsmanship is not weak, but I just can't reach the height of the world's #1 swordsman. Can you guide me in swordsmanship? Vista also came forward and asked eagerly Road. What the hell? It's getting more and more outrageous. I have started to let me guide swordsmanship, please, if you want to improve your swordsmanship, you can go to the great swordsman. Okay, my weapon is a hammer, do you understand the hammer? Wang Yu wanted to cry but had no tears. At the same time, he also had various cultivation problems, and rushed towards Wang Yu. I have to find a way to do this every day, not to mention that you can't improve your strength, even I can't calmly weed to improve my combat effectiveness. Wang Yu's eyes rolled twice, and a light flashed out of them. Now if I tell them that I don't know how to cultivate at all, no one will believe it, and my face as the deputy captain will be wiped out. I am a decent person, as a man, I can't say that I can't do it, can I? Wang Yu decided to find someone who is easy to fool first, to fool them first, and to stabilize this group of people. Ahem, what's your problem? It's not difficult. Wang Yu said pretendingly. After hearing Wang Yu's answer, the people around all showed excited expressions. Although they believed what the old man said, Wang Yu was good at teaching people to practice, but their problems were not small problems in cultivation, and Wang Yu said it was not difficult. Light spots flicker in each eye pupil. Grand Master, this young man in front of him is definitely a master. No wonder he was able to overwhelm Marko at a young age and became the vice captain of the strongest pirate group. Then tell me, Deputy Captain. Yes, mate, tell us about it. Wang Yu coughed twice again. It's fine to talk about it, but the questions you ask, becoming an emperor, becoming the world's #1 swordsman, and what fruit awakening, these are all difficult. I have to solve it for you one by one. Wang Yu said thoughtfully. The captains around became quiet for an instant. Deputy Captain Wang Yu was right, but they seemed a little urgent. These questions, looking at the whole sea, any one of them is an existence that others cannot answer. It was a miracle that Deputy Captain Wang Yu could answer the questions. Naturally, they didn't dare to imagine that Wang Yu could give them all the answers at once. The captains looked at Wang Yu one by one, with eyes full of anticipation. Whoever is selected by the Vice Captain Wang Yu first will undoubtedly break through their own bottlenecks first. Chapter 4. Deputy Captain Wang Yu, please give me some guidance first, so that our Whitebeard Pirates can have one more Emperor class. Marko spoke first. Go, why should Deputy Captain Wang Yu choose you first? I also said that Vice Captain Wang Yu will choose me first, and he can bring the world's #1 swordsman to our regiment. Vista said scramblingly without showing any weakness. The other captains were also chattering, and they all wanted to let Vice Captain Wang Yu guide themselves first. Wang Yu looked at the crowd, and he was relieved until he saw Xiaozi. Let's solve your problem first, Jaws. Jaws was flattered and excited. That's great, ha ha ha, Qiazi, must be very talented, so you, Vice Captain Wang Yu, will choose me. After Wang Yu heard it, he laughed in his heart, thinking too much, I chose you. It's all because you look like an honest person at first glance, it's better to fool around, I can't choose a chicken thief like Marko, don't move. However, Wang Yu naturally wouldn't say these words. Haha, talent, everyone is not weak, but you still have to come one by one, don't be discouraged if you are not selected. Wang Yu said with a haha. After finishing speaking, he hurriedly dragged Qiazi to his restricted area, fearing that he would walk slowly. This group of people regretted leaving him behind and pestered him. I'll take Jaws to practice in the restricted area first, and when his problem is solved, I'll come back and guide you guys. After speaking, Wang Yu slipped away in an instant. Only a group of people were left with jealous eyes on Jaws. Just this idiot, I didn't expect that he would be the first to be taught by Vice Captain Wang Yu in the end. It's so annoying. Vista said with a look of jealousy. Yeah, it's so annoying. Vice Captain Wang Yu should have chosen me. Yi Zhang also said depressed. It would be bad if I surpassed me after being taught by Vice Captain Wang Yu. If not, I have to practice quickly. Marko said and left here in a hurry. The captains around did not dare to fall behind. You must know that the old man said that the real big war is about to start. Even if the deputy captain Wang Yu cannot guide them for the time being, they can't just give up on themselves so easily, so everyone they all headed towards the training ground of the Whitebeard Pirates to practice. On the other side, Whitebeard showed a smile on his own boat. From the first time he saw Yu, a weird guy, Whitebeard had a hunch that the kid in front of him must have some special ability. Trees, hammers, weeding and catching bugs, fun guy. Maybe, when I come back, it will really surprise me. Whitebeard said to himself with his mouth slightly raised. On the side of the penalty area, Wang Yu's training against Jaws has also begun. It can be seen that Qiazi is still very excited to be selected by Vice Captain Wang Yu. Excited, this is also the first time for Jaws to appreciate Wang Yu's restricted area. There is a super large yard inside, like a huge playground. In addition to the lawn on the ground, there is only a huge and strange fruit tree in this big yard. Standing in the middle of the courtyard, it looks very tall and magnificent. After looking around at the surrounding environment, Qiazi rubbed his hands and looked at Wang Yu with a smile on his face. Vice Captain Wang Yu, look, can I practice now? How can I cultivate to improve my own fruit development ability? Qiazi asked honestly. This. Wang Yu thought for a while. Although I have survived the difficulty of being entangled by a group of people, there is still Jaws here, so I still have to find a way to fool me. Yes. A gleam flashed in Wang Yu's eyes. Anyway, the abnormally difficult problem of fruit awakening is not easy to solve, so I just talk about a method first, and fool Jaws into practicing. Josie, you should know, what is the key to the fruit awakening problem? Wang Yu said solemnly. The essential? Xiaozi looked confused. How could I know? If I knew, would I still need to ask? However, Jaws is still very happy in his heart. He has asked countless people, and there are even some strong people like Whitebeard who are at the level of the 4 emperors. However, in the end they gave themselves the answer that they didn't know. This kind of thing had to be understood by themselves. But Wang Yu was able to directly ask the key to the question, which proves that Wang Yu has his own unique insights into fruit awakening. I'm rather stupid, please tell me Mr. Wang Yu directly. Jaws said excitedly. Wang Yu was also very satisfied when he heard it. Since this Qiazi didn't know the key to the problem, it would be much easier to fool him, and he would be fooling around. Listen up, Jaws. Wang Yu's eyes suddenly became serious. As for Qiazi, he also hurriedly sat upright, showing the appearance of a primary school student listening to the class seriously. From my many years of experience, if you want to improve your fruit development ability, you must improve your physical fitness, and let your physical fitness break through the limit one after another, which is more conducive to the development of fruits. Wang Yu said nonsense in a serious manner. Jaws, who was on the side, froze on the spot when he heard it, with a dull expression on his face. Looking at Xiaozi's appearance, Wang Yu felt a little guilty. Isn't what he said a little too casually? This physical fitness and fruit development are completely different things. Although Xiaozi is a relatively simple person, he is not a fool after all. Who knew that at the next moment, Xiaozi's excited eyes were filled with tears. Vice Captain Wang Yu, I've realized it, I've finally realized it. It turns out that the most advanced fruit awakening can't start with the fruit at all, but needs to exercise one's physical fitness. Think about those strong people who have awakened the fruit, which one is not strong in their own strength. Only when the body is strong can the mental power be strong, and can break through the fruit limit and reach the point of fruit awakening. The road is as simple as it is, and the road is as simple as it is, I didn't think of it. Jaws said excitedly, patting his head. Wang Yu was also stunned in place. He really didn't expect that his mother's nonsense would be so reasonable to pay him back. I really don't know if I'm really delusional, or if Joe's IQ is really worrying. However, these are not important anymore, the important thing is to stay in Xiaozi, no one will disturb me these days, I should sleep, I should plant trees, these days can return to the past haha. So, Jaws, you just run in this compound first, and run to the limit of your body. It's time for me to take a nap, so I'll go back to the dormitory to rest. After speaking, Wang Yu went to rest directly. Looking at Wang Yu's back, he felt as majestic as a mountain. Xiaozi bowed deeply. Master, Wang Yu's deputy captain, he really is a master. I used to think hard about this question, and asked so many strong people, but no one could answer it. In the end, Vice Captain Wang Yu just glanced at himself, and told himself the key to the question. No wonder, at the young age of 16, he can reach the level of terrifying fighting power of the four emperors, and become a monstrous existence. With Wang Yu, a hidden master, Jaws believes that in the next big war, their Whitebeard Pirates will definitely win the final victory. And Jaws didn't waste time anymore, and started to run furiously in the yard. Although Jaws looked very bulky, with his powerful strength, he ran like lightning, and he ran like this for an hour. Jaws' physical fitness has also reached its limit, panting heavily, and finally just slumped on the ground. Hey, hey! This is the limit of physical fitness, it's really uncomfortable. At this moment, Xiaozi felt that his mouth was parched, and he just looked up and saw the giant fruit tree above his head. You have a dry mouth, try some fruit, Vice Captain Wang Yu probably won't blame me. Chapter 5. Thinking of this, Xiaozi directly picked a fruit from the tree. Seeing that the fruit looked very strange and looked like a stone, but Xiaozi didn't care, and put it into his mouth and began to chew. This Deputy Captain Wang Yu, such a powerful expert, the food is not good, this fruit is really hard. Afterwards, a kind of miraculous power flowed in Xiaozi's body, and the feeling of exhaustion before disappeared in an instant. Don't say that although this fruit is a little bit toothache, after eating it, the energy really recovers a lot. Jaws was amazed. On the other side, Yu, who was taking a nap, heard a mysterious voice in his mind. Ding dong! It was detected that Jaws ate the fruit of the lava-type Thunder Slap skill, gained the Thunder Slap skill, level dash, and presented a granite shield. The host simultaneously acquires advanced skills, level dash, granite shield. Upgrade the system, open them all, get the primary forging furnace, and the host can now create equipment. Continue to upgrade the system to open up more fields. Reward dash system coins. What the fuck? Wang Yu excitedly said something directly about the quintessence of the country. For so many years of CO authoring, my system has been in a broken state and has not been upgraded. It is because the fruit tree of this skill is reserved for others to eat. It's been 10 years. I don't know how many days and nights I've been thinking about, but I haven't improved the system further. It turns out that the fruit of this skill is not for myself to eat, but for others to eat. This is the fucking system of helping others. In the past, I used the skill of self-protection, fruit tree protection, to prevent even the Whitebeard from approaching. I ate all the fruits on the tree. Now I think about the waste of the fruits I ate. Only by letting others eat it can I get the advanced skill of this skill, so that's how it is. Host, Wang Yu. Overlord Color, 8,961 points. Armed Color, 7,511 points. Knowledge Color, 7,640 points. Swordsmanship, 0. Skills, Granite Shield, Passive, Thunderclap, Level Dash. Items, none. Gold, 100,000. Devil Fruit, none. Forge, Basic. Weapon, none. Equipment, none. Artifact, none. When he opened his panel, there were still many items that were empty. Wang Yu first looked at the skill introduction. Granite Shield, Shield Protection, absorbing up to 10% of maximum health damage. 10/15/20/25/30%. 530/45/60/75/90, plus 0.1 AP, plus 0.15. Wang Yu was taken aback for a moment. Isn't this the skill of the character in the game he played before? If this skill is given to Jaws, it will greatly enhance Jaws' diamond defense. Hard to resist Hawkeye. If there is a granite shield and armor enhancement, Jaws' defense can be increased by at least half. Moreover, this skill has improved Jaws' normal attack. I have to say that Jaws' face is really white, and he has eaten such a fruit that suits his own characteristics. These skills will get a higher level at the same time, so the more others eat this fruit, the stronger you will be. As Wang Yu continued to look down, he was even more shocked. You can buy all kinds of equipment, skill fruits, fertilizers, and weapons in the mall. A primary forging furnace that can forge one piece of equipment every day. An intermediate forging furnace that can forge 3 pieces of equipment or 1 weapon per day. Advanced forging furnace, unlimited time, you can create artifacts. Limit once. The things made in these forging furnaces are half the cost of those bought in the mall. And Wang Yu looked at the difference between equipment, weapons, and artifacts. From bottom to top, more and more materials are needed to build, and it is getting more and more difficult. And the equipment includes anti-armor, adding physical resistance, rebounding physical damage, Landry torture, adding the power of the devil fruit, continuous blood loss, blood drinking sword, adding slashing damage, physical blood sucking, heart steel, adding blood volume, continue to increase the upper limit of blood volume. For example, if this anti-armor is used against Jaws, not only will Jaws' defense be increased several times, but what's even more frightening is that even if he stands still, Jaws can rebound the damage. This is terrifying. Weapons are even more outrageous. There are various weapons such as Sheathless Blade, Trident, Thor's Hammer, Captain America's Shield, etc. Just like the Sheathless Blade, after obtaining it, not only will you have a better quality sword than the Supreme Sword, but you will also be able to obtain all of Yasuo's skills. Let's talk about artifacts, such as the Italian Golden Cudgel, the 3-pointed double-edged knife, the purple gold gourd, the diamond cut. This is an existence that destroys heaven and earth, and it is no wonder that the system will limit it once. After the forge is completed, the advanced forging furnace will be automatically destroyed. Excited on Wang Yu's face, he upgraded the forging furnace. With just this artifact, if he builds one himself, he can be invincible in this world, right? But when he saw the upgrade price of the advanced forging furnace, Wang Yu dispelled this view. The guy needs -million system coins. Let's think about it in the long run. In fact, the primary forging furnace is not bad. Even an intermediate forging furnace needs 1,000 million system coins. Although the price is very expensive, today's Wang Yu is undoubtedly the happiest day after time travel. The disability system that has been studied for 10 years has finally been upgraded, and just the fruit trees and low-level forging furnaces that I currently have, it is very simple to cultivate a few emperors before the war. Since this Jaws helped me upgrade the system, haha, I can't treat this guy badly. Go out and guide Jaws. Regarding the matter of guiding the team members, Wang Yu's previous repulsion instantly turned into excitement now. Pushing open the door of the dormitory, it turned out that Xiao Ziyai, a simple and honest guy, was still running as hard as lightning according to his own will, his forehead covered with sweat. The corner of Wang Yu's mouth raised slightly, and he waved his hand at Xiao Ziyai, who hurried over after seeing it. Vice Captain Wang Yu, you finally woke up. I have been running according to your wishes, and I even broke through my physical limit once. Jaws said excitedly. Yet. Wang Yu nodded in satisfaction. How is the development of the fruit? Wang Yu asked with a smile. Chapter 6. What? This sentence stopped Qiazi from asking. He just ran for an hour according to Wang Yu's wishes, and he didn't try his own diamond fruit at all. Vice Captain Wang Yu, I've only been running for an hour, so it shouldn't be effective. Jaws asked suspiciously. The corner of Wang Yu's mouth raised slightly, thinking that you have eaten my fruit, will it be ineffective? 1 hour is enough. Listen well, Jaws, while you unleash your abilities, try to imagine, granite. Wang Yu said lightly. Jaws looked confused. What the hell, granite? Does this have something to do with the fruit awakening? Will I become a granite stone man after fruit awakening? However, the simple and honest Jaws still did as he did. The devil fruit ability was activated, and all kinds of diamonds appeared on Jaws' body instantly, spreading to Jaws' whole body, leaving only one eye, looking like a steel warrior. When Jaws opened his own fruit, he looked down and saw the diamonds on his arms, and he was taken aback. Fuck, what the hell? Why did the color of the diamond on my body turn dark red? Jaws looked at his arm in disbelief, like a granite, glowing dark red under the sunlight. Can I still play like this, thinking about granite? Will I really become a granite? Jaws said incredulously. Wang Yu smiled directly. This shows that your kid's talent is still good. Just follow the method I said and keep working hard. I believe you will become stronger in the future. This fruit ability has indeed been developed, but Jaws always feels that the direction of this fruit development is a bit off, but it is always good. Why is it better than standing still? But, Vice Captain Wang Yu, my fruit has changed color after development. Has my strength improved? Jaws rubbed his head and said embarrassingly. Wang Yu was also speechless for a while. Qiazi, a fool, didn't even improve his own strength, and he still needs to tell himself that he is really a one-stop personal trainer. According to my observations, diamonds of this level are several times stronger than your previous transparent diamonds, and your granite diamonds will automatically form a granite shield for you when you are not fighting. Wang Yu patiently explained to Jaws. After Wang Yu explained, Qiazi retreated the devil fruit ability in his body, and found that he really had a layer of granite shield on his body, just like the feeling of being protected by an armed armor. Really, Deputy Captain Wang Yu. The key is that this shield doesn't need to consume the power of my devil fruit. It seems to have appeared out of nowhere. In this way, my defense has indeed increased by a big stage. Jaws looked excited. Xiao Ziyai really didn't expect that he would break through the bottleneck period of 10 years in Wang Yu's restricted area after running for an hour. Although I have not awakened, but now I have rekindled hope. As long as I can make progress in the development of devil fruit, I will wake up one day. My wish can be realized, as if there is a dreamy feeling. All of this can only show that the deputy captain in front of him is definitely not simple. If it wasn't for the enlightenment of Deputy Captain Wang Yu, Kiazi knew that with his own brain, he would never have any breakthroughs in fruit development before reaching the top. With just a few words, he found the problem. Jaws can be sure that Wang Yu's teaching ability is unmatched in the entire pirate world. The strongest teacher. If it weren't for your teaching, Deputy Captain Wang Yu, I'm afraid that my fruit development will be stagnant for the rest of my life. Thank you so much, Teacher Wang Yu. The excited Xiao Ziyai directly bowed deeply to Wang Yu, expressing his respect for Wang Yu. Wang Yu was taken aback for a moment, and then smiled helplessly. Good guy, I have nothing to do to fool Kiazi, and I have become a teacher. However, the current Wang Yu doesn't want the people of the Whitebeard Pirates to know the existence of his system, so Suo Xing nodded his head pretendingly. Well, children can be taught. Although I was the one who guided you, it was you Kiazi who worked hard, and half of the credit is due to you. Wang Yu said lightly. As soon as these words were spoken, Jaw's inner admiration for Wang Yu deepened. Vice Captain Wang Yu has such a powerful talent, and he is generous enough to teach him, he is already touched enough. The point is, Deputy Captain Wang Yu has achieved such an impressive result, and it is obviously the credit of Deputy Captain Wang Yu, but he can still think about himself and give half of the credit to himself. This is definitely a respectable person. It seems that their guess was completely correct before meeting Wang Yu, but after seeing the real face of the Deputy Captain Wang Yu, the captains of them seemed a little arrogant. Sure enough, real people don't show their faces, and they don't show their faces. There was a burst of excitement and emotion in Jaw's heart. Let's not talk about this, your fruit development direction from now on should be closer to granite. For example, you can gather the power of your granite on your fist to form a natural glove. I believe that through this attack method, your fist can cause powerful area of effect damage. Wang Yu said inscrutably. After Jaws heard this, he quickly remembered this sentence. For Jaws, Wang Yu's words are worth a fortune. Any sentence, even a single word, may be worth $1,000, and it may allow oneself to complete another breakthrough. I understand, Deputy Captain Wang Yu. Jaws said seriously. Well, just remember what I said, the theory has been taught to you, and then you can practice it, it's not very useful to me. Wang Yu said lightly. This is telling the truth, the only fruit left on my own fucking tree was eaten by you, Jaws, and I really have no one to teach Jaws. If you have to face yourself, you are teaching Kiazi how to weed and catch insects. After hearing this, Jaws bowed again to Vice Captain Wang Yu, then pushed his body back and left the restricted area. After Xiao Ziyai left, Wang Yu directly opened his own system mall, and found that buying a piece of anti-armor equipment in the mall required more than 2 mall coins, which is really expensive. And Wang Yu browsed again in the system and found an iron ore thing, which can be bought for only -mall coins, and through it, anti-armor and other equipment can be forged in the forging furnace. This directly saved myself more than 1 mall coins. Thinking of this, Wang Yu bought it directly. Anyway, he was idle when he was idle, so why not spend a day building an anti-armor for Josie? Armor of Thorns, HP plus 350, Armor plus 60. Thorns, after being hit by an attack, it causes 10 plus 10% bonus armor, counterattack to the attacker, and also applies a 25% serious injury effect. This piece of equipment can be perfectly combined with Jaw's granite power. Once it is successfully built, it can beat most swordsmen in the world just by relying on the passive skill Thorns. It is conceivable that when a great swordsman slashed on Kiazi's granite with all his strength, Kiazi remained motionless, and then from Kiazi's body, he was able to return the attack just now. Buy one get one free, isn't this swordsman have to cry to death? If this Kiazi develops, it is not an exaggeration to call him a proper swordsman killer. Therefore, in today's situation where funds are so tight, it is absolutely necessary to build a thorn armor for Jaws. Therefore, Wang Yu picked up the big hammer that he had used as a weapon before, and came to the front of the forging furnace, lit the fire, pulled up the bellows, and the flame became red. Dang dang! Lifting the hammer means hitting it quickly. We workers have strength, hey! Wang Yu was in a good mood today, humming a song. Chapter 7. On the other side, Jaws went to the arena of the Whitebeard Pirates alone, ready to try his own power of granite. It happened that on the arena, Vista, Fossa, and Buffalo Atmos were exercising swordsmanship. Although Fossa's flame knife and Atmos's broadsword danced vigorously, they were obviously better than Star. Relying on Vista's foil sword, he forced himself to suppress Fossa and Atmos. The little pirates around clapped their hands. Okay, Captain Vista, your foil sword is simply too powerful, you are indeed the #1 swordsman of our Whitebeard Pirates. Vista also enjoyed the words of praise from these young men. The foil dance was extremely ingenious, and he easily defeated Fossa and the other two while strolling in the courtyard. Ha ha ha, it seems that your swordsmanship is still too weak, you still need to work hard. Vista said with a relaxed face. Fossa and Atmos gritted their teeth. Although they were not convinced, the two of them could not beat Vista together. Looking at Vista's complacent look, they could only secretly think that their fighting power was too weak. Seeing Fossa, Atmos, and Atmos didn't speak, and Vista smiled even more proudly. And this scene happened to be seen by Jaws. Vista, what are you so blind about? You have the ability to beat me. Jaws said with a smile. After finally understanding the direction of Fruit Awakening from Vice Captain Wang Yu, I naturally couldn't miss the opportunity to pretend. It's not that the two have never fought before, it's just that the fighting strength of the two is evenly matched, and it's hard to tell the winner at once. But neither of these two people is convinced. Now, Vista heard Jose's provocation, and naturally became angry directly. Okay Josie, you wait for this time, I will beat you so hard. After talking about Vista, he directly took out his weapon, ready to have a good fight with Jaws. Jaws, on the other hand, smiled. Don't worry, you just went through a battle just now, if I beat you in this situation, it would be a bit invincible. You rest for half an hour, and I'll take care of you when you're physically strong. Jaws said confidently, with a look of sure victory. Vista was even more annoyed when he heard that. Jaws looked down on him. However, no matter what Vista said, Jose did not agree to fight now. Just kidding, he finally managed to win Vista once. If someone said that I was invincible, wouldn't I be at a big loss? After half an hour like this, Jaws agreed to fight. Okay, Jaws, do you think you can do it, and even let me rest for half an hour? You wait for this time, I have to decide the outcome with you. Hurry up, let's fight. When the time came, Vista jumped onto the duel arena angrily, urging Jaws eagerly. But when Jaws saw it, he didn't rush and grinned directly. Ha ha ha, Vista, you are a little blindly confident about your own combat power. Before, I, Jaws, would not have dared to say that I could win you, but don't forget, today I have a special training with Vice Captain Wang Yu. Beating you is just like playing games. Jaws said triumphantly. This point, Vista knows, but, no matter what, Kiazi stayed with Wang Yu for less than half a day, making Vista believe that Kiazi can make great progress in such a short period of time. It is impossible. Humph, Jaws, Vice Captain Wang Yu is quite powerful, but I don't believe that he can teach you to defeat me in half a day. As far as your stupid talent is concerned, you probably didn't piss off Vice Captain Wang Yu, did you? Vista joked to Jaws. Jaws immediately became angry when he heard it. Vista, you still look down on people, don't you? Today, I will let you take a good look at whether Deputy Captain Wang Yu can teach me something. As he said that, Jaws took out a prepared rope directly from his waist, and handed the rope directly to Atmos and the others beside him. You tie up my right arm, and I can beat Vista with one hand. Jaws said directly. Atmos and Fossa on the side were stunned. Brother Jaws, are you sure you want to tie up and fight Vista? The two paused and said doubtfully. They had watched the battle between Jaws and Vista before, and every time the two ended in a draw. Now Jaws actually said that Vista should have one arm or the right arm, which made Atmo and the others puzzled. That's why they asked Jaws about his will, whether he regretted it. That's still fake, don't be silly, I'll show you how I beat Vista with one arm. Jaws urged. When the two heard it, since Jaws said that he had no objection, and wanted to go up and get beaten, they couldn't stop them, so they shook their heads helplessly, and directly tied Jaws' arms. Seeing the situation here, the little pirates on the side were also instantly attracted, and started discussing with great interest. Interesting, interesting, Captain Jaws actually let one arm hit Vista, isn't this looking for abuse? Brothers, tell me, could it be Jose who really learned something great from Deputy Captain Wang Yu? Impossible, I dare to bet Baileys to you. It is impossible for Vice Captain Wang Yu to teach Jaws something in half a day. This must be Jaws bragging. The surrounding pirates had a heated discussion around the upcoming game. After Kiazi was tied with his arms, the next moment, he started directly, jumped on the dueling field, and pointed at Vista with one hand. Come on, Vista! Jaws said confidently with the corners of his mouth raised slightly. Seeing Jaws' provocative behavior, Vista's mouth twitched angrily. Jose, you asked for it yourself. You can prepare the potion to treat the wound in a while. Vista said angrily. The fighting power of the two is obviously similar, but Kiaz dared to fight against him with one hand, which is obviously a provocative act, so Vista decided temporarily to use his western sword to stab Kiaz in the buttocks twice, so that this Kiaz can grow up. Long lesson. After finishing speaking, Vista held two knives directly, and launched his own attack on Joseph first. I saw Vista's figure swaying like a ghost, and he came to Jaws like an electric snake in an instant. Foil sword, falling blossom slash. Draw the knife, slash, and move in one go. A sharp slash instantly appeared in front of Jaws in a semicircular arc. Facing Vista's attack, Jaws was calm and unhurried, standing where he was, without any intention of reaching out to block him, and he didn't even turn on his weapon. This frightened Vista on the side. After all, this is also a brother on the ship. Although they often bicker on weekdays, they actually have a good relationship in private. This Jaws was too irritating just now, that's why I thought about giving Jaws a slap in the ass, but I never thought of seriously hurting Jaws. Seeing that the chop was almost in front of Kiazi was still motionless, and Vista was even more anxious. Too bad, is it because Jaws usually uses his right hand to block and slash, but now that his right hand is tied up, he doesn't get used to it for a while, and he even forgot to attack with his left hand? Chapter 8. Wrong. Not only forgot to block with the left hand. He didn't even intend to open his armed color and devil fruit. Vista has fought with Jaws so many times, so he naturally understands Jaws' ability. His diamond fruit's defensive power is terrifying, coupled with the armed domineering, even if the eagle-eyed Mihawk's slash is crossed, he can resist it. This is also the reason why I slashed Jose with all my strength. But I really didn't expect that Kiazi would freeze in place, not opening anything. If he hadn't stretched out his hand to block it, and hadn't turned on the diamond armor and armed color, his full blow would definitely leave a big bloodstain on Jaws' chest. Jaws, don't be dazed, block quickly. Vista yelled out anxiously. It's too late to get the sword in hand, after all, I was so angry with Jiao Ziai just now, so I used all my strength, and it's too late to withdraw the sword now. Atmos and the others on the side also became short of breath and looked at Jaws with suspicion. What's wrong with Jaws? Why is he so still? When you don't know how to fight, just get distracted, this is too bloody. Just when everyone agreed that Jaws, this guy, would be injured because of this. The next moment, boom! Vista's slash directly hit Jaws at a distance of 1 centimeter in front of his body, and he couldn't move forward anymore. Obviously, from the sputtering sparks, it can be seen that Vista's slash seems to have hit some invisible iron. Everyone was shocked. Vista directly opened his mouth wide. Impossible, it's absolutely impossible. Vista said with his eyes widened. Just now, my knowledge color has been activated to the extreme, and I know very well that Jose has not activated the armed color at all, and he has not even activated the diamond devil fruit ability. So it is right that Jaws blocked his blow with his body, but the touch from his hand told him truly that he must have slashed on something. At this moment, Vista was a little messy, couldn't figure it out at all. In addition to the devil fruit ability and domineering, is there any other mysterious power in this world? The two captains, Atmos and Fossa on the side, kept swallowing their saliva, with extremely exaggerated expressions on their faces. From their point of view, Jaws directly blocked Vista's attack with his body, so they were even more shocked than Vista. Damn it, how did you do it? Jose didn't move, and he didn't even open the domineering fruit. He just blocked it with his body. Atmos the buffalo widened his eyes and said incredulously. But, just now I clearly saw sparks shooting out from the collision. How could it be a physical body? Could it be that Kiazi has trained the body of an invincible diamond? Fossa looked suspicious. The little pirates around were dumbfounded one by one, and petrified on the spot with a dull expression, motionless. What even the captains can't figure out, they naturally don't understand even more. The pirate who had just bet dash on Bailey Jaws' loss now had an even weirder expression on his face. He had a strong premonition that he might lose the 100,000 Baileys. On the battlefield, feeling the strangeness of the people around him, Jaws burst out laughing excitedly. Ha ha ha, Deputy Captain Wang Yu, don't lie to me. This granite shield is really easy to use. Vista, let's come again. Jaws said excitedly. Vista is slightly stunned here, what the hell? Granite shield, what the hell? However, before Vista could figure out what the granite shield was, Jaws showed off his new ability again. I saw Kiazi's devil fruit ability was touched, and a layer of dark red armor suddenly appeared on his body, covering Kiazi's whole body. The armor of the trajectory emits a dark red light under the sunlight. It looks very hard and feels indestructible. The pirates who had just recovered from Jaws' mysterious shield saw this scene and fixed their eyes on Jaws' body again. No way! What's the situation with this? Could it be that Captain Jaws really awakened the devil fruit under the special training of Deputy Captain Wang Yu? It doesn't look like it. If he wakes up, the objects he touches should also turn into diamonds. Judging from the current situation, Jaws seems to be, the fruit ability has mutated. Mutations. One by one was shocked and surprised. On the duel field, after Jaws transformed, he smiled at the sluggish Vista in front of him. Ha ha ha, brother Vista, the battle begins now. Jaws said excitedly. The corner of Vista's mouth twitched, cooperating with his own slash just now. It's not considered a battle, right? Without giving Vista too much time to think, Jaws punched Vista directly. Boom! Vista drew out his double knives, and made a defensive action on the armed entanglement. This blow hit Vista's dual knives, and Vista took another hit, and he took 2 steps back. With the help of Jaws' impact, Vista directly stepped on the ground and flew up again. The flexible figure keeps changing in the sky, and the western sword in his hand emits dazzling light under the sunlight. The next moment, the western sword in Vista's hand drew one strange arc after another in the air. This surprised Atmos and the others who were watching the battle. Vista is going to magnify his move directly. Atmos said in shock. Is it the first time I saw Vista directly magnify his moves in the duel field, and was forced to such a degree by Jaws? Fossa said with his eyes narrowed. The other pirates watched the game intently. It has been a long time since there has been such a wonderful battle in the duel field. Rose dance. You have to be careful, brother Jaws. Vista shouted from the sky. Judging from the slightly raised arc of the corner of Vista's mouth, Vista is still very confident about his move. They even started to remind Jaws to pay attention. With the double swords swung, a large number of red rose petals fell from the sky. If you think that these are just some beautiful petals, then you are wrong. This is the ultimate secret of foil fencing. Hide the terrible sword moves in the weak petals, let the enemy under the petals, know where to hide. This is an extremely brilliant swordsmanship. Facing Vista's reminder, Jaws didn't take it seriously at all, but showed excited eyes instead. At the same time, Jaws suddenly had a bold idea in his heart. If he didn't activate the armed color and directly used the power of the devil fruit, wouldn't he know that he would be able to resist Vista's move? Chapter 9. Kiazi is also a straight person. He did what he said, and immediately retreated the armed domineering color from his body, and wrapped his whole body with dark red granite diamonds. Crackling! In an instant, all kinds of slashes in the sky were released from the rose petals, and slashed on Jose's armor. Some of the aftermath slashes were directly slashed on the floor of the duel field beside it. The marble floor was completely pulverized under the attacks of various chaotic slashes. The surface under the floor was directly exposed, and a large amount of dust was instantly stirred up. What made Jaws ecstatic was that although these slashes were terrifying, when they slashed on his own granite diamond, apart from making various sounds, they did not cause even the slightest damage to his body. Jaws showed a row of big teeth excitedly. Ha ha ha, Vice Captain Wang Yu sincerely does not deceive me, my defensive power has indeed been greatly enhanced. If you don't use the armed color, you can actually resist Vista's big move. If you say that, can I beat even Hawkeye? Jaws said excitedly. Jaws' face was full of excitement. Vista in the sky was just emo. Jaws' words just now naturally reached Vista's ears. What made Vista angry the most was that Jaws, a bastard, faced his most terrifying blow, but chose not to use the armed color. Is there anyone who looks down on people so much? Co-authoring his own big move is to let Josie, a bastard, test his defense, right? I was so stupid just now that I reminded Kiazi to pay attention to his attack in the sky, but he resisted him without using his weaponry. Thinking about it, he felt his face was hot, and he was so ashamed. Atmos and Fossa watching the battle were even more incredible. Is this the ability of the mutated Josie Devil Fruit? It's too terrifying. Vista's big move can be resisted without using the armed color. Atmos said incredulously, widening his eyes. For Vista's strength, he still recognized it very much. With his own strength, he forcefully suppressed him and Fossa, but he didn't expect that the big move was easily resisted by Josie. If we were to go up and fight, I'm afraid it would be even more difficult for us to hurt Jaws, Fossa said in the same shock. After Atmos heard it, he smiled wryly. We too, hurt him at all. Don't say that the two of us went up. With Jaws' current defense, I'm afraid that all the swordsmen of our Whitebeard Pirates may not be able to hurt him at all. Atmos said helplessly, swallowing his saliva. Humph, Jaws, I admit that your defensive power is indeed much stronger than before, but you still can't beat me with only defensive power and no offensive power. Let's call it a draw in this battle. Seeing that even his ULT could not break Jaws' defense, Vista rolled his eyes and directly proposed a tie. It's just that Jaws hasn't finished testing his own abilities, so how can he let Vista go? That's impossible, Vista, I finally found you to practice with me, how could I let you go so easily? Besides, the two of us have been tied for so many years in the duel field, so it's time to decide the winner. The corners of Vista's mouth twitched. Good guy, you have to beat yourself, you won't overturn this time, right? And after Kiaz finished speaking, he didn't give Vista too much time to think, he kicked his feet on the ground, and flew up directly under the strong reaction force. Recalling what Vice Captain Wang Yu once said to himself, the domineering armed color and the granite diamonds gathered in the hands are like wearing a pair of hard and huge lava gloves. The fists were aimed at Vista. Vista also hurriedly parried, with two weapons folded on his chest. Punch out! Fist to collision. Boom. A large number of sparks shot out directly. Under Jue's terrifying power, Vista's twin swords were directly scattered, and he took a step back. This shocked Vista unceasingly. This guy Jue not only has a terrible defensive power, but now he even has such a powerful attack power. The interval was extremely short, and Jue's second punch followed closely behind. The corner of Vista's mouth twitched. Jue, is he trying to smash me to death? Armed color quickly landed on Vista's chest, and received such a blow firmly. And Vista flew out of the field directly under the power of this punch. Atmos and Fasa on the sidelines hurriedly caught Vista, but under the powerful impact, all three of them fell down. Even Jue himself didn't expect that after putting on the granite gloves, he would be so terrifying, so he ran off the field in a hurry. Vista, are you all right? Jue asked eagerly. Vista gave Jue a direct look. It's a good thing I used all my armed colors for defense just now, otherwise I would have been beaten and vomited blood by you. Jue, you bastard, what was that move just now? I feel like I was hit by a mountain. Vista said depressingly. Jue frowned when he saw that Vista was fine. Ha ha ha, this move was taught to me by Deputy Captain Wang Yu. I just need to condense my granite power on my hands to form a pair of granite gloves, and I can hit explosive range damage. Jue said. Said with an excited face. What Jue said was very excited, but the captains around him were in a fog. Jue, what is the power of granite? Atmos asked suspiciously. This really made Kiazi question. To be honest, I don't know much about the power of granite, but it's just a special ability obtained according to the method of Vice Captain Wang Yu. The embarrassed Jue touched his head. I can't tell you the specifics, but this is what Vice Captain Wang Yu taught me. According to Vice Captain Wang Yu, granite belongs to the direction of my fruit awakening. Xiaozi, I said honestly. And many more. Vista suddenly realized something else. You mean, Vice Captain Wang Yu, it only took half a day for you to realize the tricks that I fought with me just now. Vista widened his eyes and said in disbelief. Jue still had a simple and honest face. Yes, otherwise. And Vice Captain Wang Yu said that he will let me come over after dinner this afternoon, and he is going to give me a gift. Jue said truthfully. After hearing Jue's words, the three captains swallowed heavily one after another. Hey, it only took half a day to improve Jue's combat power by a large margin. And in the afternoon, it seems that Kiazi will continue to receive special training to improve his fighting power to a higher level. If he trains for another 2 or 3 days, Jue will probably change his name to Jiao Huang in the future, right? Even Vista's eyes are constantly flickering with light spots. This idiot, Jue, has improved. If this can let Deputy Captain Wang Yu guide him, maybe his goal of being the world's #1 swordsman will be realized. Up. Chapter 10. Great, that means, with the help of Vice Captain Wang Yu, our Whitebeard Pirates will not necessarily lose in the next battle with the Navy. Atmos said excitedly. Ha ha ha, hurry up and tell the good news to the other captains. I think the captains are a little haggard because of the war recently, so let them be happy. Vista rolled his eyes and said. In this way, after the crowd dispersed, Vista quietly followed Jue. Brother.As, I invite you to dinner this afternoon. Can you take me to the restricted area to have a look? Vista smiled, and at the same time took out a bottle of high-quality Parang wine and gave it to him. Jue. This is. I can take you to the restricted area forest, but you still have to tell Deputy Captain Wang Yu to let him open the restricted area gate for you before you can enter. Kiazi looked at Vista's fine wine, although he wanted it very much, but if he did this, if he made Vice Captain Wang Yu angry and didn't guide him, he would be at a loss. Vista thought for a moment. Okay, no problem, just take me outside the restricted area. On the other side, within the restricted area, Wang Yu was beating a sledgehammer to build a weapon, when a system notification sounded in his ears. Ding! Detect the host-bound character Josie, defeat Vista, and reward 10 gold draws in a row. 10 consecutive draws of gold? Wang Yu became interested. He didn't expect that as long as the person who ate the fruit could be bound to himself, and the bound character would be rewarded after defeating the opponent. This is interesting. If the rewards are considerable, won't the bound characters like myself go out to fight, and the rewards will continue every day? Wang Yu, who was still worried about the mall coins, saw hope again, and the next step is to see what the value of the 10 consecutive golden draws is. System, turn on the 10 consecutive gold draws. Wang Yu ordered directly. Ding! The golden 10 consecutive draws begin. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained 200 Overlord color points. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained 500 armed color points. Congratulations to the host, you have gained 500 knowledge points. Congratulations to the host for getting a pack of medium fertilizer. Congratulations to the host, you have obtained 2 pieces of high-quality iron ore. Congratulations to the host, draw -mall coins. Congratulations to the host, a prize draw of -mall coins. Unfortunately, empty prize. Empty prize. Empty prize. Wang Yu looked at the introduction, and there is still a certain chance of empty prizes in the 10 consecutive golden draws. When the 10 consecutive diamonds are drawn and the 10 consecutive crown draws, the probability of winning the prize will be fully maximized. Although there are empty prizes, the prizes are generally very attractive. For example, the domineering point reward, which was the point that I could only get after working hard to plant trees for half a year. I didn't expect that after upgrading the system to bind the character, the reward for a battle would be added to the point of the previous half year. If I had known this earlier, if I was still protecting my stupid skill tree, I should have invited Whitebeard to eat fruit since the day I traveled. Thinking about it now, the thousands of fruits I ate before the system upgrade. Wang Yu lost his blood in distress. Fortunately, I was finally eaten by Jaws by mistake, otherwise I might die directly on the top. Continue to look down. The medium fertilizer package, after use, can make the skill fruit tree accelerate the fruit catalysis speed. It is sold in this mall, but a medium fertilizer package in the mall costs -mall coins, which is still very expensive. There is also high-quality iron ore. These things are used to make equipment and weapons, and they can save a lot of money for making weapons. Coupled with the -mall coins rewarded by the system, it can be said that the goods are fully received. Just set a small goal first, bind 10 characters, after that, the reward will not be doubled 10 times. From this point of view, upgrading the forging furnace is just around the corner. Excited, Wang Yu used the intermediate fertilizer bag on the spot. Under the influence of the intermediate fertilizer bag, the 2 young skill fruits on the tree before miraculously grew rapidly and finally matured at a speed visible to the naked eye. Wang Yu was amazed when he saw it. Sure enough, the effect of something that can only be bought with -mall coins is not so good. Wang Yu was in a good mood. While beating his weapon, he began to think about his future goals. In the past, Wang Yu timidly stayed in the Forbidden Zone for 10 years, but in the future, Wang Yu will definitely go to sea to dominate the entire pirate world. Maybe he doesn't even need to do anything. These apprentices and grandchildren he bound can turn the whole sea upside down. Satisfied with the golden 10 consecutive draws, Wang Yu continued to pick up the hammer in his hand and began to beat. After lunch, Vista followed Jaws to the door of Deputy Captain Wang Yu on time. Ding dong! The doorbell of the restricted area rang, and the faces of Josie and Vista appeared on the TV bug. Vice Captain Wang Yu, you see that I brought you the best wine from Dressrosa. Do you think I can enter and send this wine to you? Vista took off his top hat, bowed deeply to Wang Yu, and said very humbly. In Vista's consciousness, an expert like Wang Yu generally doesn't like being disturbed by others, so he is very afraid that Wang Yu will kick him out directly. Moreover, Deputy Captain Wang Yu said before that it would be somewhat impolite for him to come in hastily to give guidance one by one, so Vista was also very anxious at this time. In fact, Vista was completely overthinking. The trick he taught Mao was just Wang Yu's nonsense after eating the fruit. Moreover, Wang Yu had to come alone before because he could not improve the combat effectiveness of the captains at all. Now that he has upgraded the system, this kind of problem no longer exists. Want to taste the wines of Dressrosa? Remember, in the anime, Doflamingo drank this wine very happily. Come in. Wang Yu said bluntly. Vista was flattered, he never thought that such an expert as Wang Yu would be so approachable. At the moment, he also directly followed Jaws into the restricted area. Just like Jaws came in, Vista was very curious about everything inside. Just right, Jaws, I've already prepared your present for you. Wang Yu said lightly. After Jaws heard it, he felt a burst of excitement. Really, Deputy Captain Wang Yu, that would be great. Although I don't know what the gift that Vice Captain Wang Yu is talking about is, but Jaws can be sure that the things that Vice Captain Wang Yu gave must be related to improving combat effectiveness, and they are very effective. His face turned red with excitement. And Vista was also very curious. Since Wang Yu didn't issue an order to evict the guest, I would simply be ashamed. Stay here until Deputy Captain Wang Yu kicks me out. Of course it's true, come on, Jaws. Open the furnace immediately. In this way, Wang Yu led the two of them directly to a forging furnace. Although the forging furnace looked very simple in appearance, the temperature in the past 4 weeks suddenly rose by more than 10 degrees, which made people know that the forging furnace was not good. Simple. After the ceasefire, Wang Yu directly pulled out a red iron armor from inside, and poured a lot of cold water on it to restore the temperature of the armor to normal. This is the steel vest I made for you, put it on, Jaws. Wang Yu murmured. Steel, waistcoat? Still have thorns all over, let me put it on? Looking at the thorny steel vest, Jose slammed his mouth straight. He originally thought that the gift given to him by Vice Captain Wang Yu would greatly enhance his combat effectiveness. However, I really didn't expect that I just gave myself a set of steel vest. In this world, not to mention the powerhouses of the New World, even a small pirate with a bounty of tens of millions on the Great Route can easily destroy steel. This vest is indeed a bit tasteless for me. If I say the only function, it may be the design that protrudes like a hedgehog. When fighting, it can tickle my diamond body. Chapter 11. When Vista on the side saw it, he almost tried not to laugh. Brother Jaws, why are you still standing there? Put it on quickly, this is a gift specially given to you by Deputy Captain Wang Yu. Put it on, and you will definitely be awesome in future battles. Vista said gloatingly. Jaws gave Vista a blank look, and silently accepted the little steel vest Wang Yu handed to him. There was no other way. He didn't dare to show that he didn't like the gift that Vice Captain Wang Yu gave him. So Qiazi squeezed out a smile that was uglier than crying, holding the steel vest in his hand, crying silently in his heart. Just when Jaws was depressed, a miraculous thing happened. After touching Jaws, this steel vest was automatically worn on Jaws' body, and then it disappeared immediately and merged with Jaws' body. What the fuck? Gone? Josh Vista and Josh Vista shouted out the national quintessence almost at the same time. The next moment, an inexplicable force flowed continuously in Qiazi's 7 essences and 8 veins. Jaws clenched his fist tightly, feeling strongly that his power of granite had become stronger, and he seemed to have a different kind of ability. Deputy Captain Wang Yu, what is this thing that is so magical? I feel that my power of granite is stronger. Jaws said excitedly with a look of surprise on his face. Vista is also looking at the place where he disappeared, his face is extremely exaggerated, he has seen many awesome weapons, even the supreme sharp knife himself. But this kind of weapon that disappears out of thin air is really the first time I have encountered it. That's right, Vice Captain Wang Yu, what kind of weapon is this? It feels awesome. Vista said in shock that the mentality of laughing at Jue's spiky back armor before was gone at this moment. This one is called the Armor of Thorns. The user can not only greatly enhance the defense against physical attacks, but also has a more important ability. Wang Yu said lightly. Kiazi and Vista on the side were like two elementary school students listening to a class, swallowing their saliva, their hearts surging. Ability? This is the first time they have heard that weapons can also carry abilities. You must know that even the father's supreme sharp knife Kong Yunqi is only relatively strong. Is this ability? Once someone uses a physical slash on the user, then this person will receive a rebound attack, and after being rebounded, it will make it difficult for this person's wound to heal. Wang Yu tried his best to use the words they could understand, and introduced the role of the Armor of Thorns to Jue. Jaws and Vista understand it, even if others cut themselves, whether they are injured or not, they can cause rebound attacks to the enemy, and it also has the effect of reducing the recovery of the wound. Vista knew Jaw's defense. The enemies to be faced here are a group of swordsmen. Doesn't it mean that if Kiaz is slashed, can Kiaz rebound the enemy's attack even if he is motionless? This ability really made Vista jealous. If Jaws fights with him in the future, let alone give him one hand, even if he gives him two hands, he will definitely not play. The enemy didn't move at all, and I was finally bounced back to death by my own attack. This fucking thought makes me feel aggrieved. Is Vice Captain Wang Yu still an individual? This kind of heaven-defying artifact can be created. No wonder Jue, this idiot, can be trained to be so strong now. Jaws was even more excited when he heard about his ability. Before, he still disliked the gift given to him by Vice Captain Wang Yu, but now that he thinks about it, he is a bit spectator. Faced with such an awesome gift, I still feel disgusted. I am so fucking ignorant. Vice Captain Wang Yu, thank you so much. I didn't expect you to be a top casting master. With this vest and the power of granite you taught me, I am absolutely confident that I will be able to sit and beat Vista. Jaws said triumphantly. Vista was very depressed when he heard it. Weeping silently. However, I am still very curious about Wang Yu's ability to forge heaven-defying magic. Deputy Captain Wang Yu, how can you forge such a terrifying artifact at such a young age? May I ask which big foundry family you come from? The current Vista can only guess which casting master Wang Yu belongs to, and then accidentally learned the ancient casting method, which made this weapon comparable to the supreme sharp knife. Cast everyone. I built this myself, and it's not difficult. Wang Yu said lightly. I really didn't expect that this pirate world still has casting everyone. However, it is also possible to think about it. A weapon such as the supreme sharp knife cannot be forged without being nurtured by a big family for a long time since childhood. Wang Yu's words made Vista and Jue even more stunned on the spot, and they froze in place. The deputy captain actually said, it's not difficult. You must know that as far as they know, the swordsmith who can create the supreme sword in the whole world no longer exists. And Wang Yu doesn't belong to the big foundry family, and he has created weapons of the highest quality with his own talent. There is no doubt that Deputy Captain Wang Yu's casting talent is so strong. Deputy Captain Wang Yu is probably already the pinnacle of the foundry industry in this world, and he is still the one who has pulled number 2 far down by a long way. Ha ha ha, at your level, even those old monsters in the foundry world hundreds of years ago may not be there, but you, Deputy Captain Wang Yu, said it is not difficult. I am afraid that the 12 who forged the supreme sword before Swordsmith, you will crawl out of the grave angrily when you hear this. Jue also said excitedly. The corner of Wang Yu's mouth raised slightly. CO authoring is comparing the casting level of this world with his own system. Let's not talk about this now, Jaws. I've given you all the presents, and now you need to do something for me. Wang Yu said solemnly. As soon as Jaws heard that there was a mission, he immediately showed a serious expression. Deputy Captain, tell me, Jaws, will do whatever I want to go up the mountain of swords or down into the sea of fire. Jaws patted himself on the shoulder and said excitedly. Wang Yu smiled inwardly. In fact, it wasn't an urgent task. It's just that the current Kiazi has been bound to him, and in a sense he is his own worker. As the boss himself, Jaws gave him a full reward for not working for a day, and he felt uncomfortable all over. Wang Yu decided that Kiazi must be allowed to fight, and this time, Kiazi should not be allowed to fight against an opponent of Vista's level. At most, an opponent of Vista's level will burst out a golden 10 consecutive draws. What Wang Yu wants now is 10 consecutive draws of diamonds, or even 10 consecutive draws of crowns. After much deliberation, at present, that man is the most suitable to be Jose's experience baby. I recently got news that some people in Shishibukai want to join forces with the navy to deal with us. You go and beat up that Mihawk, and then tell him that if he dares to help the navy deal with us, he will never be spared. Wang Yu, the corners of his mouth raised slightly, and he said with a smile on his face. As soon as this sentence came out, Vista directly widened his eyes, with a strange expression. Shishibukai Mihawk? The world's #1 swordsman. Then, the deputy captain wants Jaws to fuck him? Then after Kiazi defeated Mihawk, wouldn't he become an emperor? But think about Jaws' method instead, let alone, it is really possible to defeat Mihawk. I really didn't expect that the opponent I was thinking about, the goal I longed to surpass in my life, would even be surpassed by this stupid guy on my boat. Vista's inner depression. Jaws was taken aback when he heard that it was Mihawk, but finally nodded in agreement. Don't worry, Vice Captain, I'll do whoever you ask me to do. I, Jaws, won't necessarily lose. Jaws nodded. Wang Yu gave Kiazi a direct look. I'm not satisfied with your answer. You are a swordsman and killer trained by me, Wang Yu. If you can't even defeat the world's #1 swordsman, you will embarrass me. Wang Yu said contemptuously. During this period, Kiazi and Vista once felt that they had heard wrongly and had hallucinations in their ears. Others have fought against Hawkeye Mihawk and survived, taking it as their own glory. Come to Wang Yu, good guy. He can't even defeat the world's #1 swordsman, it's a shameful thing for Deputy Captain Wang Yu. It wasn't until Kiazi, Vista, and the others looked at each other's shocking eyes that they realized that they had heard correctly. Seeing the expressions of Kiazi and Vista, Wang Yu laughed. You are the swordsman killer I trained. In the future, you can work hard in the direction of killing all the swordsmen in this world by yourself. Don't worry, Jaws, I'll teach you another trick right now, I believe you will live up to your mission. Wang Yu patted Jaws on the shoulder and said. Chapter 12. When Jaws heard that Vice Captain Wang Yu wanted to teach him another move, he immediately expressed joy. Regardless of whether he could be a master of swords in the future, for now, Vice Captain Wang Yu's guidance will definitely make him the fighting power has reached a new level. Great, Vice Captain Wang Yu! Jaws said excitedly. And Vista also woke up from the shock of Wang Yu's endless words. This is to guide Jaws, you must see it, Vista is also curious. Next, Wang Yu directly picked a fruit from the tree and gave it to Kiazi. Don't be nervous, eat a fruit first to calm your shock. Relax and relax, let's get to the point. Wang Yu said lightly with the corners of his mouth raised slightly. Only then did Kiazi realize that he was sweating on his forehead due to being too excited. He wiped the sweat in embarrassment, took the fruit Wang Yu handed to him, and swallowed it in one gulp. The feeling this time was similar to the last time, it also chewed like a stone, but the rough man Jose still swallowed it all in his stomach. After eating, not to mention the previous nervous feeling is gone. And Wang Yu's system prompt sounded as expected. Ding! It was detected that Jaws ate the fruit of the earthquake skill. The host acquires advanced skills simultaneously. 60/95/130/165/200, plus 0.4, plus 0.6, 30/35/40/45/50% 3. Host, Wang Yu. Overlord Color, 9161 points. Armed Color, 8011 points. Knowledge Color, 8140 points. Swordsmanship, 0. Skills, Granite Shield, Passive, Thunder Slap, Level Dash, Earthquake, Level Dash. Items, 2 pieces of high-quality iron ore. Gold, 120,000. Devil Fruit, none. Forge, Basic. Weapon, none. Equipment, none. Artifact, none. The corners of Wang Yu's mouth rose slightly, and he had to say that Jiao Ziyi, with a really pale face, had acquired another skill of being a swordsman nemesis. Now Jaws has been equipped with anti-armor, coupled with the passive of Thunder Slap, the armor value of Dash is nearly double that of before being instructed. Relying on the skill with high armor value bonus, Jaws' combat power has also doubled, and now Jaws has obtained another magical skill that increases area damage and reduces the enemy's attack speed. Needless to say, hitting Hawkeye this time is stable up. So Wang Yu began to guidance Josie. Jaws, when you are in melee combat, you can try to hit the ground with a giant granite fist, causing damage to the enemy, and at the same time, the aftermath of your smashing shocks the ground, affecting the enemy's reaction nerves and slowing down their speed. Attack speed. Wang Yu said nonsense seriously. This made Vista on the side stunned. What is this? By hitting the ground and using the aftermath to cause damage to the enemy, I still believe that it can affect the enemy's nerves and slow down the attack speed. Why can't I understand this? You just smashed the ground, and you don't have any special devil fruit ability, how can you slow down the enemy's attack speed? Jaws is not an idiot, so Jaws definitely doesn't believe it, but Vista just thought this way, and the next moment Josie slapped Vista in the face with practical actions. I saw Kiazi slapping his head vigorously, looking suddenly enlightened. So that's how it is, Deputy Captain Wang Yu, I've realized it, I've finally realized it. Vista felt that his worldview was broken and messed up. Did he make a mistake? This was obviously fooling you, Jaws, but you said you realized it. Is it Josie, you are too stupid, or is it that I, Vista, have too little understanding? It's just that Vista soon found the answer. I saw Wang Yu pointing at Vista. Eagle-eyed Mihawk, after all, is the world's #1 swordsman. Before you fight him, you should first practice the earth-shocking move I taught you. You can try it with Vista first. Wang Yu said with a smile on his face. When Vista heard this, he agreed on the spot. He really wanted to see Jaws. He was shocked to be able to practice this move in the year of the monkey. This kind of groundless thing, even if he killed himself, he didn't believe that Jaws could do it. Okay, I'm Vista, I'll try you first. Hey, brother Vista, you should be careful. Jaws said with a smile. The next moment, as soon as he finished speaking, Kiazi exerted force on his legs, like an arrow off the string, with extremely fast speed, and hit Vista heavily. Vista, who was on the ground, saw the black and strong Josie in the sky, and cried out in his heart that his mother would be a big deal. Deputy Captain Wang Yu said to let you smash the ground, causing the aftermath to hurt me, but he didn't say to let you smash people. Reluctantly, Vista had no choice but to set up his own double knives to resist, and the jet black armed color spread over the two knives, like a thick layer of armor. However, this time, Jaws' power was even more terrifying. He broke through Vista's defense with a single blow, and the two knives were directly bounced away. Vista was surprised for a while. What was the situation? Why did Jaws become stronger? Obviously, just now, he had just fought against Kiazi, and Kiazi's fists at that time were not so strong. This made Vista very puzzled. However, the next moment, a terrifying fist hit the ground directly. Boom! The whole ground was shocked. The peculiar aftermath directly centered on Jue's giant granite fist, and began to splash around. After being impacted by this miraculous aftermath, Vista's viscera twitched endlessly, his brain was dizzy for a while, and he only felt a huge fist in his vision hitting his head. This was Jue's second punch. Vista raised his sword subconsciously to block it, but strangely found that his speed had really slowed down. Until the huge stone fist came to Vista's front door, Vista's defensive sword did not lift up. Ha ha ha, success, success. Vice Captain Wang Yu, I'm leaving, this time I must let my hawk lose to me. After speaking, Jue patted Vista on the shoulder, then bowed to Wang Yu, and left the penalty area directly. Only Vista was left, still not getting out of the previous shock. It succeeded, Qiao Zi really succeeded, not because Qiao Zi was too stupid, but because he was too stupid. My swordsmanship has never been able to advance to the level of the world's #1 swordsman. I used to think that I had no chance, but now I look at it because my qualifications are dull. Thinking about it now, I always thought that I was superb in swordsmanship and talented, what a clown's behavior it was. Vista. Seeing that Vista was in a daze, Wang Yu hurriedly reminded him. Unexpectedly, Vista just woke up from his daze, and directly bowed at 90 degrees to Wang Yu. Vice Captain Wang Yu, Jaws is gone now, please teach me a little bit too. I got a batch of high-quality wine in Dressrosa before, and I will take care of your drinks in the future. It is definitely the top wine in the world. Vista bowed and said. Although this is a bit shameless and robs the other brothers of the opportunity, but there is no way, I really want to be the world's #1 swordsman, I can't do it without the deputy captain Wang Yu, so shameless, so shameless. The sudden bow surprised Wang Yu, but now Wang Yu doesn't mind teaching more people. If there are more workers, his reward will be doubled. It just so happens that there is still a fruit on the tree. Sta doesn't want it, I have to let him eat it too. Okay, seeing that you are so filial, I will guide you. Wang Yu nodded, pretending to be a master. Hearing Vice Captain Wang Yu's promise, Vista was very excited. This is a man who can make Jaws beat him with just a few pointers, and can create a man with the highest quality of a sharp knife. Now, I finally agreed to guide myself. There is no doubt that my combat power will rise on a rocket in the future. The position of the world's #1 swordsman, a lifetime dream, is settled. Chapter 13. Wang Yu then picked a fruit and gave it to Vista. Whether Xian can develop a skill suitable for the swordsman depends on your own luck. Jose has already eaten the fruit, so don't be too polite, it's just ripe. Vista looked at the fruit in front of him, although he was a little surprised, he took it and ate it. Ding! It is detected that Vista eats the sword soul system, the wrong jade cut skill result, and gets the wrong jade cut skill, level dash, and the host simultaneously obtains the upper level skill wrong jade cut, level dash. Reward the passive skill the way of hunting, mortal swords, life to death. An extra 1000 swordsmanship points will be given to the host. Presented skills, mortal spirit dual swords, holding dual swords, every second attack of the user causes 50% magic damage. The way of the hunter is to die, the user's critical strike chance is doubled, but the critical strike damage will be reduced by 10%. 20/40/60/80/100 plus 105% add. 20.75 20/40/60/80/100 plus 100% add. Host, Wang Yu. Overlord color, 9161 points. Armed color, 8011 points. Knowledge color, 8140 points. Swordsmanship, 1000. Skills, Granite Shield, Passive, Thunder Slap, Level Dash, Earthquake, Level Dash, Jade Cut, Level Dash, Way of the Hunt, Passive. Items, 2 pieces of high-quality iron ore. Gold, 120,000. Devil Fruit, None. Forge, basic. Weapon, none. Equipment, anti-armor. Artifact, none. Turning on the system again, I was pleasantly surprised. I didn't expect that I could not only get the advanced skills of binding characters, but also get equipment effects, such as the anti-armor that I created for Jaws, and I also blessed the same equipment effects. Look back at the new skill. Misunderstanding, this is Yanjin's main attack skill. Wang Yu called it a good guy. This Vista can be regarded as a treasure. With proper swordsman skills, the speed and damage of the sword are enhanced, and it can also move instantly and control dizziness. If anyone is hit by the stun effect, within 0.75 seconds, Vista can cut dozens of knives, and those with weak defense will be killed in seconds. When someone can unlock Yasuo's skills, you two team up to fight, it must be very exciting. The corner of Wang Yu's mouth curved slightly, and he murmured to Vista. Come on, talk about your problem first. Wang Yuchen said. Vista sat upright, like a primary school student, and hurriedly answered. It's like this, Vice Captain Wang Yu, I think my foil swordsmanship is not bad, but for some reason, my slashing strength is still not up to the level of Hawkeye my hawk. Do you think there is any way to strengthen my slashing power? If I can have my hawk's slashing strength, I would like to cooperate with my excellent foil skills, and defeating Hawkeye will not be a problem. Vista said it almost subconsciously, but after he said it, he regretted it. My own problem is like an idiot's problem. If I can increase my slashing strength, I will naturally become stronger, but the key to the problem is how is it possible to let Deputy Captain Wang Yu improve himself in a few words? Although Deputy Captain Wang Yu is really good, he is not a god. Everyone knows that if a swordsman wants to improve his sword-wielding power, he needs to train over time. It is completely impossible to improve the slashing power in the short term without relying on daily practice. If you make such an idiot answer, you will probably die of laughter from Vice Captain Wang Yu. Unexpectedly, when Wang Yu heard it, he didn't feel embarrassed at all. Instead, he smiled and walked up to pat Vista on the shoulder, nodding repeatedly. Well, not bad, good answer. You are much smarter than Jaws, you found the crux of the problem in one go. I will teach you from the aspect of improving the strength of swinging a knife. Wang Yu was secretly delighted in his heart. Vista, you are a fucking talent. I was worried about how to guide you to learn the wrong things. You brought it up yourself, so that I don't have to give you nonsense, and I can teach you directly. Vista was also stunned on the spot. What the hell? I raised such an idiotic question. Instead of laughing at me, Deputy Captain Wang Yu encouraged me. And also threatened to improve my swing strength, really? Happiness came so suddenly, Vista didn't react for a while. Vice Captain Wang Yu, you mean you want to teach me this skill? Can this kind of thing really improve in a short period of time? Vista asked suspiciously. Wang Yu still had a smile on his face. Of course, didn't you say that you want to increase the power of the slash? As for the length of time, I'm going to let you upgrade today. I don't know if it's a short time. Wang Yu said lightly. Vista's worldview was once again shattered. I have heard that sword skills can be improved in a short time, but the power of slashing can be improved in a day. This is the first time I have heard of it. On weekdays, I dare not even think about this kind of thing. Not short, this one is naturally not short. If there is such a method, I would like to ask Vice Captain Wang Yu to give me some advice. Vista said excitedly. Wang Yu still looked calm, and spoke slowly. I have observed that the reason why your slashing strength is not strong is precisely because of your swordsmanship. Wang Yu said, pretending to be serious. Vista was stunned. His swordsmanship was something he had always been proud of. How could it be the reason that hindered his progress? Your foil, although it can make your figure and swordsmanship more superb, but you have neglected the most important point of swordsmanship. What is swordsmanship? You don't need any bells and whistles, just point to the target and live to death to become swordsmanship. Take a look at the great swordsman, my hawk, and ant who are the most popular swordsmen today. Which one is not directly tested, and which one uses fancy swordsmanship? Wang Yu continued to make nonsense. No bells and whistles. Live to die, straight to the heart? Vista widened his eyes in shock. At this moment, he seemed to have glimpsed some mysteries of swordsmanship. Eagle-eyed Mihawk is recognized as the world's #1 swordsman, and his moves are always crisp and neat, without any bells and whistles. In other words, it is really possible that there is such a big gap between myself and Mihawk, because I rely too much on fancy foil swordsmanship. While thinking, Wang Yu's voice continued to come. I'll teach you the magic sealing swordsmanship of living against death and pointing directly at your heart. You need to temporarily forget your foil skills and imagine yourself as a soul that has lost its life. Only in this way can you not be afraid of life and death, and live to death. Concentrate all the energy in your body on the two swords, then hit the target directly. Imagine that there is a pure sword intent, released by you directly. In this way, I think you will be able to unleash several times the slashing power you had before. Wang Yu said. Vista swallowed a mouthful of his own saliva when he heard it, with a shocked expression on his face. If before, under the guidance of Deputy Captain Wang Yu, I had only glimpsed a little bit of the mysteries of Kendo, now Vista suddenly felt a sense of enlightenment. Imagine yourself as a dead soul to enhance your courage to live to death. This kind of swordsmanship can only be imagined by a genius, right? Vista excitedly held Wang Yu's arm. Vice Captain Wang Yu, what you said is absolutely right. Why didn't I think of it? Why didn't I think of it? Ha ha ha. In the past, I was too pursuing fancy swordsmanship, but I forgot the most essential thing of swordsmanship. Imagine yourself as a dead soul, without fear of death, live towards death, and point directly at the heart. This kind of magic sealing swordsmanship is the swordsmanship that points to the end of the sword. I realized it, ha ha ha. Vista bowed to Wang Yu and said excitedly. Wang Yu couldn't fix this anymore, the corners of his mouth twitched slightly. Didn't I just make up some nonsense? You see, you are so excited, it really made you realize? With your excited expression, I almost believed what I said was true. Chapter 14. All of this is naturally unknown to Vista. After expressing his excitement, Vista took out the double knives in his hands, and as Wang Yu said, he closed his eyes and imagined that he was a soul. Killing demons with one sword, calming souls with one sword, these words appeared in his mind almost subconsciously. The next moment, his dual sabers attacked automatically, as if they possessed a soul. The powerful slash formed a long sword intent, like a bolt of lightning. Even the space was distorted under the powerful pressure, and ripples appeared. The ear-piercing sonic boom resounded through the sky. Hum! In the blink of an eye, a mountain peak located at the mountain in front of Vista turned into powder in an instant, like a celestial girl scattering flowers, and scattered all over the mountain with the wind. Seeing his attack, Vista was stunned. You must know that his attack did not activate the armed color at all, but a pure sword attack. And this blow actually achieved the effect of turning on the armed color. One can imagine how terrible the damage would be if he turned on the armed color. Damn it, bastard, I did it, I did it. Magic sealing sword art, demon sealing sword art, ha ha ha. Looking at his own results, Vista looked excited, and shouted excitedly like a child. You must know that my swordsmanship has been stagnant for 10 years, and I have been standing still for these 10 years, so I can imagine how anxious I will be. Now, Vista has not only broken through himself, but also may even surpass Mihawk and become the #1 swordsman in the world today through the magic sword technique taught by Vice Captain Wang Yu. How can he not be excited? Seeing Vista's reaction, Wang Yu on the side broke into a cold sweat and wiped his sweat. The captains of the Whitebeard Pirates are really temperamental. Only then did Vista realize that he had lost his composure, scratched his head in embarrassment, and bowed to Wang Yu again. Vice Captain Wang Yu, I really didn't expect that you are still a master of swordsmanship. Thank you for your generous teaching. Sword master, good guy. Wang Yu didn't think it was a bit funny, he didn't even have a sword, and somehow he became a master of swordsmanship. However, since such a popular title has been given, Wang Yu will not refuse this title. At the moment, he continued to make an appearance of a master. Yes, in addition to the current level you can reach, you should take a step closer in the future. After you have released many times to seal the magic and strike the wrong jade cut, you can try to release a more wonderful sword intent, which can make the enemy fly the dizzy slash. Wang Yu said solemnly. It turns out that this trick is called Rong Yuki. But, knock up and stun? Vista has been in the swordsman circle for so many years, but this is the first time he has heard of this kind of slash. However, the current self dare not have the slightest doubt about Vice Captain Wang Yu anymore. Witnessing the power of Wang Yu imparting the magic sword technique to himself, Vista now regards Wang Yu as a sword god. What kind of shit is the world's #1 swordsman Hawkeye my hawk, but it's because Vice Captain Wang Yu has practiced in seclusion for 10 years that this title was taken by you. If Deputy Captain Wang Yu wants to become the #1 swordsman, then Hawkeye my hawk has nothing to do with it. I see, Deputy Captain Wang Yu. I will definitely follow what you said in the future and take it one step closer. Vista said respectfully to Wang Yu. Okay. Wang Yu nodded in satisfaction. About the flying version of Kyoyuki, you can discuss with the captains, which can speed up your comprehension. Wang Yu did not forget to remind. Now that Vista has been bound by him, he can't just be idle like this, he has to pay close attention to the explosive rewards, so Wang Yu didn't continue to guide, but let Vista comprehend in the battle. Vista was also excited when he heard it. I see, Deputy Captain Wang Yu. From now on, I will send someone to deliver fine wine to you every day. This is the advanced version of Kyoyuki. I must find someone to compete with, so I will quit first. Vista said respectfully. You must know that the time of an expert is very precious. Lai stayed here and wasted so much time of Wang Yujao, Vista felt a little embarrassed. Well, go down. Wang Yu waved his hand. Is this the consciousness that a worker should have? He wanted to give himself a reward in such a hurry. Wang Yu was in a good mood, humming a little song and came to the forging furnace. Vista's life-to-death passive can double the critical strike chance, but Vista doesn't have a critical strike equipment, which is really a bit of a waste. Today's equipment has reached the upper limit, and Wang Yu has silently decided in his heart to create a crit equipment for Vista tomorrow. As for which crit equipment to choose, Wang Yu searched in his own system, Infinity Blade. It's a pity that this version of Infinity Blade requires a 60% crit chance to trigger extra crit damage, and the crit damage is not as high as before. Continue to search, suddenly Wang Yu's eyes light up. What the fuck? I didn't expect that in my system, there would be an electric knife, an equipment that had been removed from the game.
वीडियोस बनाने हैं, फिल्मोरा है ना?